What's up guys, I'm Joe. Today I'm back with another vinyl video. I was kind of thinking of ways I would go about doing vinyl videos. People tend to like them, they're fun to make, so I was wondering how I should go about it. I've done a couple Iron Maiden vinyl videos documenting me trying to, fill the 1990 to 2015 collection. So, I thought maybe I could do this by, bands, as far as like areas of my collection where I have gone to collect either the whole band's discography or I'm getting close. So today I thought I'd do a band that I really do enjoy, the band Ghost. They're a Swedish metal band. They've been on the scene for quite a bit now, and it's been cool to see them sort of grow. I got into them around the time of their second studio album, and since then it's been fun to kind of follow along, with the sort of gimmick they have going on as far as the costumes and, the different singers changing all the time. A lot of people like to be like, oh, it's not the same singer. Yes, we know that, but it's still kind of fun. Some people say it's a gimmick, which it definitely is, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that necessarily. It harkens back to bands like Kiss or Alice Cooper, who had a sort of, stage show aspect to it, and I think that's pretty cool. I saw them open up for Maiden quite a few times recently. I saw them play their own show, where it was a sold-out audience, and, it was just huge. So, I've managed to collect all their albums up to this point on vinyl, and let's just go through them. Here we got the band's first record, Opus. The pronunciations of these albums I'm not quite sure of, but nonetheless, a fantastic debut album for this band. Here's the back here, side A, side B. Just some really great metal songs on here. Conclave con Dio, the kind of opener after a little brief intro. It's just really epic alive, and it just hits really hard here. It opens up with that really great bass line. And it just has like a string of great songs. Ritual, Elizabeth, Stand By Him. All just, instant classics at this point. Kind of opens up with this gatefold here. You have lyrics. And this I got it on. It's on a sort of white and blue vinyl, which is pretty cool. It looks pretty good. But yeah, definitely worth checking out if you haven't gotten into this band yet. This is probably their darkest album. They've gotten fairly lighter since then. There's a lot of heavy riffs and stuff like that on here, but while also having that kind of Blue Oyster Cult-ish sound to it. It's the band's second record, Festusumam. Either way, their second record, the one that got me into the band, because this was the one that was the most recent as they came out. I saw a video about, Papa being unmasked, and I was like, what is this band? Check out their music, and I thought it was, super unique for the times. First song I heard by them, Year Zero, which is just, it opens up with that huge, awesome choir chant, and then it has just great groove and this solid beat to it, this driving beat. And then there's also your fair share of either strange or epic tracks on here. You got Secular Haze, which is like a carnival sounding song, and with this kind of 3/4, 1 2 3 1 2 3, and it was pretty cool and unique. Goulet/Zombie Queen, nice long epic track. It has just this very nice ballady type section before ultimately going to a sort of rock and roll. Just a lot of great variety with this band, I find. Here's the gatefold as well. You have the band there looking fairly menacing. Papa 2. And here we have it on a nice red vinyl, which is cool. Alright, here we have an EP, If You Have Ghost. It has 4 covers on it, followed by Secular Haze Live. This is pretty cool, and they released it on their website fairly cheap. I think this was $10 from them, so I had to jump on it. I love the cover. This was produced by Dave Grohl, and I believe he played drums on here, particularly I think the ABBA cover. But otherwise, the song If You Have Ghosts, I like how they kind of took this cover song and made it apply to them as a band. Since then they've played it live, and it's really good. You have these cool, sort of images in the middle there, and this one's just on a standard black vinyl, which, a lot of people like the colored stuff. I think the colored stuff is cool, but I never really have a problem with black, because I think it always sounds the best. Here we have their third studio album, Meliora, one of those. You'll notice these markings here. I met the band at a little acoustic show they did. Got to go up and get the album signed, stuff like that. It was a pretty weird experience to talk face to face with Papa 3. A little creepy looking into his eyes there, but it was pretty cool. It was ultimately a fun experience. The band played a nice little acoustic set. They had the album playing in the record store we were at. That's where that poster came from. That's back there. Just a lot of great songs on here. Personally, I would say this is my favorite studio album of theirs. People are saying they kind of lightened up a little bit on this one. I really like the 80s kind of sensibilities on here. One of my favorites is Absolution. I love that keyboard section in the bridge there. It's just very 80s arena rock sounding. You have Cerise, which is just a fantastic song. Just a, infectious, huge groove to it. Heavy guitars. Majesty, and almost like Deep Purple type riff to it. And From the Pinnacle to the Pit, which opens with this great bass line before going into this, epic song. There's actually quite a lot to this big booklet that comes with the album. A whole lot of artwork going on here, for each track, which is really cool. Just these great, fantastic drawings. I won't go through all of them, but you kind of get the gist here. Just a very intricate, cool drawings that go along with the theme of the album and the cover. Get a nice shot of the band here as well. And then the lyrics themselves you still get on the record sleeve, and then you have another shot of the band back here. This one, again, just on, standard vinyl. And then finally, you have the most recent EP, Pope Star. This is one that features a bunch of covers again, but also features the original song Square Hammer, which they went to go use on the tour. And yeah, Square Hammer is just a really, fantastic song. And then you got a bunch of covers on here as well. A lot of 80s kind of pop stuff, which they ultimately take and, it fits their sound quite well. Pretty bare as far as the sleeve goes, which is a little unusual for their records, but it's still fine. And there's a cool image there on the vinyl. Again, just standard black. And yeah, that's it for my Ghost collection. Obviously a big fan of the band. We'll be picking up their next record on vinyl for sure whenever that drops. Possibly next year, I think they said. So yeah, let me know what you think of Ghost, and thanks for watching. There's some other vinyl videos up on here. Otherwise, a whole bunch of music reviews. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.